Hello dear viewer, I am leesusss. Welcome back to Be Happy. Welcome back to me getting annoyed at Minecraft. Yes, that's a good start, isn't it really? Now you may notice that these aren't hydrangea anymore. They're dead bushes. You know why they're dead bushes? Because I think that the person who made the magic hives down there has got together with the person who made Botania just to annoy me. So, what happens now is there's different sorts of mana producing flowers in Botania. There are what you call passives, and there are actives. These are passives. These things just sit here and make mana from water. These ones over here, they do something very similar, actually. They make mana from lava. Now, and these ones, you have to put bees in there to make them happy. Now, according to this one, there's also the other ones, the standard flowers, which are the day blooms and the what's the other ones? Day blooms and nightshades, which use light and dark to make mana as well. And the passives, they've now changed it so that these ones haven't died yet, but all the others have. After a couple of Minecraft days, they die. That's it. That's what they've done. That's what they've done. Apparently, that's a good idea, which is a bit annoying, really, because I guess it means you have to work harder to make mana. But the thing is, I obviously worked quite hard to make this mana anyway. This stuff from here with the amount of work that I put into this. I didn't know this had happened with the change, but it means that I can't really use the hydrangea. Well, I can make some more, is what I can do, and keep putting them in. But it's. I mean, I've got a lot of petals coming through. I mean, I'm now sending them up here by the tesseract. So they're being transported up from the system down there. I guess I've got a free supply, but I have to keep making more of them, which is rather annoying because apparently these are okay. I mean, I guess I can make lava, and I can keep dumping lava into here, which is what I might do, possibly. I could keep pouring much, so that's sort of ruined my plan, really. Especially when I only got so much mana demand. I mean, if these things were better at making mana from bees, it wouldn't be a problem. But they aren't. They're dreadful. I'm going to go for a sleep, and we'll make a few more hydrangea, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've replaced my hydrangeas, and since then 2 more have died. So stuff that for a game of soldiers. It's so annoying. So annoying. By the way, these are passive. These don't die off. And also putting the... I looked it up, and apparently putting them on floating islands doesn't make any difference. They'll still die off. Right, so the other thing is that the problem with this is that I can no longer keep the portal to Alfheim open. So I have to use mana to open it, and then a mana input to keep it open, which is what I'd use these for. But I can't anymore, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use. So let's have a quick look. While I'm here, let's have a quick look at alternatives to mana production. Something that I can automate. Oh great, I've got an achievement. I am so glad you wouldn't believe it. Right, so let's have a look through here. The caveat... Oh, this is new. Caveats of passive production. But can you read this, by the way? It's a terrible font, isn't it? I don't know why it's so awful like this. Passive, active, yes. At the start, Botania's career, only very basic rudimentary passive flowers are available. Yes, yes, yes. Dead bush after 3 days of work. What a waste of time. I don't want to bookmark it. Get lost. Anyway. What have we got as an alternative? This is a bit... is it going to be a little bit of a reedy session? I'm sorry about that. Day blooms are out. A Primus loci. Or loci. It's not very helpful. Begonia is damn useless. Toss your spare drones on. Go to mana. Yeah, they don't produce enough. That's the problem with that. They don't produce enough of it. We've got a... Oh, I don't even know what that is. I can't even quite read that. Ender flames. So, ender flames, these are possibly a possibility. They will absorb any combustible items or blocks nearby. Now, in the normal Minecraft, this is certainly a possibility. And what you do is you use coal. Blocks of coal are great for this. And... Oh, 1 second. So these are the, okay. So I'm getting it around the right way. Okay. So ender flames are the ones that you use for the. There's about lava in here. I don't remember lava being put. Yeah, you don't put lava in there. You use the thermalies for lava. Anyway, block of coals are particularly good. but you can't use charcoal. So, for example, turning all our wood supplies down there into charcoal would not be a good way of making mana for these, because it wouldn't be able to use it. And simply putting wood in there doesn't give you much mana. Okay, so that's that one out. Entropinium. This is more complicated. So this makes TNT. So the TNT, instead of explosion, it uses the TNT to make use the explosion power to make a lot of mana. Hard to automate. Good, but hard to automate. Gormorilis, I think that says there. Hard to read this, obviously, because of the stupid font, but there you go. It uses food. Now, this is sort of a possibility. I'm going to sneeze. I don't know why. I'm not feeling very well at the moment, I'm afraid, so if I'm a bit croaky, that's why. I've got some sort of summer bug thing. Anyway. The trouble with my job and my wife's job both involving seeing a lot of people, a wide variety of people on a regular basis, and of course the kids going to school means we pick up a lot of bugs, so I regularly catch stuff, unfortunately. But there we go. I was recovering from something. Anyway, the point is that we could possibly, right now, we're making all this seed oil over here, and I'm not really using it for anything. All that effort I put into this, and I'm not really using it for very much, because I'm not making a huge number of hives. That could possibly change. So what I could do instead is use all the wheat output from this, turn it into bread, and then you feed that onto the Gormorilis, which then uses it to make mana. The only negative about this is I'd have to get the timings right, because the Gormorilis will waste food. You can't simply drop a stack of bread on there, it will use it as one item, much like these little what's it here. Are you guys... You guys look like you're full, by the way. Oh, that one's a bit full. Are you not sending? Just not sending as fast as you can, basically. It's like they were sparkling like they were full. So Gormorilis is a sort of a possibility. We might do that one. Hydrangeas, no. Or is it the Kekimus I'm mixing up here? I think Kekimus only uses cake. Yeah, cake's too hard to make. I haven't got the eggs. Munchdew is okay. So the Munchdew will eat the leaves of a tree, which is fine. We could do that. However, the big negative about that makes the big amount of mana is it leaves the wood behind. So you have to go around manually chopping the wood down, which is I've done this before it's a pain. You have to chop all this wood down. It's sometimes you get a really big tree and it's the weeds all over the place. And even a lumber axe, it's quite a problem. So that isn't really a possibility either. Then we have slimmers. What's this one? Slimes. That's no use for us. We don't have any slime spots around here. Rafflesia. What's this? One day the plebeians woke up and their prize had withered away, and their harbour into dead bushes. Revolted at the betrayal of their gods, the men and women of the nation explained about passive flowers are useless now. I know the feeling. So they believed. Soon enough, ingenious sages of the nobility would find out a recipe for a flower that would make use of these said depreciated flowers. This flower was there, dubbed the Rafflesia. Function of matter similar to the... it destroys them, creating mana. There are diminishing returns applied to this, so it looks like it uses up the dead bushes. Well, okay, so the Rafflesia will destroy the dead bushes, but it won't return them. And multiples should be not destroyed. It sounds like a possible solution, but it isn't really, because it doesn't replace the flowers that have been destroyed. And also, the same type of flower should not be destroyed multiple times in a row. Well, I've only got hydrangea, so it will be the same sort of flower destroyed multiple times in a row. So that one's out. Rosa Arcana, usually experience from people. Spectrolus, wool, and the Thermalily uses lava. Now the only negative about this is a strong contender here, the lava one. The only negative about this is that it takes a long cooldown. So it produces mana for about 45 seconds. And then it stops for 5 minutes. Which is a lot of mana. So we could do this. We could automate this. We could use the lava production down there. Or possibly pump it out of the nether and put it into here. Negative is you need a long cooldown to do that. So it will take 5 minutes for this to cool down and start again. So I usually use as support flowers, not as a main production system. And in fact, I recently chucked some mana in here now. Well, it produced I chucked some lava in there just recently. It produced some from there. But it's there isn't. See, that's what I mean. There isn't really a good solution. And I guess I could use another lot of begonias. Maybe if I split these up, so there's not so many here. Maybe if I recently put a stack of bees in here. Maybe I could have some bees just producing drones for mana. That's a possibility. And have them pumped up here. In fact, we could get rid of this system and use another tesseract. I haven't got a spare tesseract right now. But I guess I could get rid of this one. This isn't really doing very much right now. Not really. It's sending the petals up, but that's not critical. I was thinking send the petals up and I can use it to make lots more hydrangeas, but it's just a waste of time, really. It's a waste of effort. How are we doing over here? Get in there. So maybe I just need massive... But even then I think, I don't know how much bee... Will I really get enough out of the bees? If I just produce tons and tons and tons of drones, will that really be useful? I don't know. That's a possibility as well, though. We could use some of these industrial ones. Maybe let's just automate how I send the drones across. I mean, right now, if I look over here now, there's probably quite a few drones here. And what I do every now and then, I just grab a hold of these. There we go. I grab a whole load. I'm not actually doing anything apart from making copper. And stick them in here, and it takes a bit of while to produce them. Maybe I should just automate that a bit more. I don't... But even that just doesn't make much mana. You see where I'm caught up here? I couldn't keep the portal open to Alfheim. Using this junk. I just couldn't do it. So, if you know a solution, or you think this is a good solution, tell me. Otherwise, I think we're going to go down the thermal route and just pump lava into here. And I've got a way of doing that, by the way. It's hard to place lava in the world automatically, but you can do it. I know how to do it. We might use that as a possibility. Okay, I'm going to go with that for now as a solution. But as I say, if you know an alternative, you go ahead and tell me, please, because that will be really good. But I'll look up some figures on how much I can get out of this. We'll look at some other production systems for coal, possibly. And I'll bring you back in a bit to show you what I've done. Right, I'm trying an alternative here, but I'm not sure it's working. So this is a floodgate. It's very easy to build. There's a bunch of iron and stuff. I had a lot of these iron bars and stuff already anyway, so it's a bit of iron to make it. So called a floodgate because it's going to flood in your world if you're not careful. It's one of the few ways to place excuse me, lava down in the world. And it's essentially just dropping lava into this space under here. And it's been used up by the thermal lilies. These are all connected, aren't they? Okay. Now, the thing is, what I'm worried about is you hear that wooming noise. Woom. Let's do it again. You do it again? There we go, that one. That's the sound of lava being used up. But it's happening too quickly. What I thought was going to happen was that lava was going to get dropped into here. It would sit here until it would get used up by a thermal lily, who would come off cooldown and sent away. But these guys have got quite long slowdowns. So I think the lava is actually being wasted. All the lava I'm producing from here is being wasted. Where it's coming from is down here. The lava fabricator here. And this is probably empty up here, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's all coming out of here from the solar panels, essentially. Let's take this off. So I'm not sure this is really a solution. Because I think it's just using up too fast. Depending on the versions of Botania, Extra lava will, I think, reset the cooldown on the flowers, but it just seems too fast. It was worth a test, I think, but it's not. Not really sure it's working. So these things spend about 5 minutes on cooldown. I don't know why this one's not getting used up, but I don't really think we're getting much mana out of that. They're not designed to be used like this. They're not designed to be an automatic mana production. That's to, give a little boost at the start, which is what I've used them before now. To fill up a mana pool before using it to open the Get 12 one. By the way, no more of them died yet. I expected them to. So that's probably not a solution. Alternatives. I don't really have any, apart from the munch dew, not the munch dew, the Gorm Realis or whatever it is. It's a possibility. Don't know. I tell you what we can try and do though. I'm going to look at the carbon bee in a minute, because I think about producing coal, but it's got its own series of problems. Let us. I'm just going to. This by the way is me. What? Where's the... Oh, that's bad. Okay. I was supposed to be making a floral queen in here. Yeah, so let's go make another one. I had a general princess in there to turn into a floral one. So I think I bought a forest one is what I've done. Have I got is my pack full? It probably is. Yeah, full of junk. Full of rubbish. There we go. I can't claim it because I've got no room in my pack, have I? Let's go and dump this over here. So what happened was, because these guys produce so many petals and everything else, when it came to the completion, there was no space for the princess to go into the spot over here, into here somewhere. Therefore, she was destroyed. Okay, I didn't know that could happen, but it just means we need to do the conversion of princesses over here instead. There's a four. Okay, first of all, we're going to let her run to completion. Give me. I'll bring you back in a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Right, put the forest princess in here. Okay, so now, because this is connected to this chest over here, when this runs all the way through, we'll have the output over here, which is not ideal, but it means that we won't get that same problem of losing the princess that we're trying to create at the same time. I've not seen that before, but never mind. Let's just hand these in, by the way. I'm still slowly completing that quest. Right. What we have here, though, is the blossom's still running over here. I'm making another floral princess, is what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. And the reason is, well, we know what I need to make another floral princess. But the point is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to test up here if we can turn this madam here into a vase bee. It looks like we can. Okay. Also, by the way, did we not see before that they were saying we needed the entire pool of mana? Let's just check this again. Maybe we're in luck here. There's a floral princess, and if we, according to this, this is demand on the mana. It says an entire pool. Well, it isn't asking for an entire pool here. The other question is, do we make a floral drone? We don't. So that's an issue. Okay, so if we make a floral, we can make ourselves a vase bee princess, but how do we make a Vasby drone then? Because if we haven't got the both, what are we going to do? Except maybe chuck her in the... Maybe we're in the same situation we were before. Remember making the botanic one, and we had to keep processing her through to try and find the gene for the botanic? Maybe we're in the same position again. We have to find the Vasby species, and then we can make the queen. Let's just... Before we jump... Let's not jump into conclusions. Okay, if I'm clicking on this, we're not getting the option. This one here... Stupid portal to R5. Yeah, it's not giving us the option. So I think that's what it wants us to do. I think it wants us to make... That's expensive as well, because I think we were making... What were we making before? We were making botanic drones and chucking them in the machine, weren't we? And then using the botanic drones to get out the botanic species. Now we're making blimmin' floral princesses, Vasby princesses, which is much more difficult to make, because as you know, each time what I have to do is I have to go and get a general princess and convert her into a floral one. She's just getting more and more painful, this is right now. We're going to do this anyway, for the sake of it. A Vasby princess. Is there any alternatives we can do? Because the trouble is, if we try and breed her with anything, we're just going to lose the... she's going to become something else. Isn't she? Let's have a look at her stats anyway. Let's have a look at what she does, just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of it. Uses mystical flowers. Fine. Ooh. By the way, I'm going to go check something downstairs in a minute. We have a problem with this. Yeah, fairly normal. Makes a whole bunch of junk, but the speciality of these seeds through here. Am I just wasting my time trying to get these? I don't know. Soul combs and various other stuff. It's the end of the line, isn't it? There's no further variations after this. By the way, do you remember these... Was it the blossom ones down here? Not bright enough. Do you remember that these guys... No, they wanted mystical flowers. I was about to say, did they want botanic flowers? This is the remains of that day bloom that I made down here. I was thinking that these guys need mystical flowers, but these are the mystical flowers. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay. By the way, put her back in here again. Get the right one. Although, you know what? This isn't so bad after all, is it really? Because I was thinking we had to run the normal drones for a long time to get the floral ones. But of course, I had a floral princess just there, didn't I? It wasn't a very good floral one, because it had only just gained the species list out of it. It didn't have all the other stats that florals do, but it still had the species of a floral princess. So at least it's quicker than that. We don't have to run a general drone for a long time to get a Vasby one, do we? We just have to run it long enough that it becomes a floral princess up here. Okay, that's not so bad then. It's still a pain in the bum to keep stick these things. Let's go stick her in the machine right now, shall we? And see what comes out. Probably nothing any good. But I think, as I say, we're in the same position as the botanic before, aren't we? Where we're going to keep running her through here until, hopefully, what we get out of the other end is a gene sample for Vasby. And then we can make a Vasby queen. Come on. It's going to be this one. We're going to do it. We're going to do it this time. We're going to win now. We're going to win right now. No, we're not. What's this? What does that actually mean? It's the one for the flowering. I think it means that it gives the greatest chance of producing flowers around it. Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to go and do this for a bit. because that sounds like fun. And then I'll see if I what happens first. Either I find the gene for the Vasby species, or I get fed up with it and want to do something else.